And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Go ahead and say it, Ed. Go Dragons!
When I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
You like that? You like that?
F it. Jamar's down there somewhere.
The New Orleans Saints select Marcus Davenport.
No!
Splash Brothers. Yeah.
It's playoff. Keep going, Brace.
The playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Myself thinking like, yeah, we can talk about the college football playoff, but I mean, not that much to talk about with that. There's been one or two little coaching changes, but I mean, we might not even have a full episode. We might just have to do one episode tonight and combine college with NFL and then Nick Saban.
Old Saint Nick.
Yeah. He always delivers. And man, what a news drop on a random Wednesday afternoon. Like, where do we even start with that? But before we get to that, just want to shout out like some of the new stuff we're doing on the pod. If you haven't really looked around on our social medias, we got some new stuff going on Instagram and Facebook. We got Tuesday Tunes. We've got Weekend Watch List, which we're just giving some music suggestions, giving some movie suggestions, stuff like that. We're doing some food reviews. Hunter did a food review in New Orleans this past weekend with us and doing some pizza and stuff like that, whatever we do. We did some TikToks. We're just trying to do other stuff. TikToks are fun. I made about 10 myself today, and I'm having a lot of fun. The little filters they're very, very fun whenever I'm doing a quarterback bracket for the NFL. Spoilers, I had Patrick Mahomes versus Baker Mayfield in the second round.
Of course you did.
Tune in to see how that went. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff.
If people listen, they know exactly how that went.
Yeah.
Baker.
Hey, I mean, this year, I'd go Baker.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. You might quit this year.
But yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of other ideas we got coming in the future. So just follow us. We're almost, I think we're about 6 followers away from 800 on Facebook, which is pretty crazy. We've gained a lot this past couple of weeks. So just want to shout out all that and shout out our sponsors as well. We haven't done an ad read in a little bit, but we're going to get back into the rhythm of doing that. I know Derek's been holding it down for sure on the fantasy pod. That man's the most organized man there is. I mean, he does our job better than us. Big Reed BBQ is going to be our ad tonight. Big Reed BBQ started as a family recipe in 1986. Our mild flavor is right on time, and our spicy is just enough heat. Owner Ken Reed and Director of Marketing Andre Leonard say you can get our sauce at Doug Demona Farm and Feed, Time to Shine Detail, the Salty Brahma, the Equipment Store, and Amazon. Talked to Andre the other day, and he said that the sauce, I forget how he called it, the sauce bus or something like that. He said it was slowed down for the holidays, but it's about to be full head of steam. So be ready for the Big Reed BBQ everywhere. Yeah, I mean, are y'all ready to do this? Nick Saban? Do we want to talk? Do we want to talk about the playoff game first, or just talk about it later?
Playoffs.
No. Playoffs.
Michigan
we
won.
Finish with that. Michigan dominated the trenches, and that was the tale of the game.
Yet it was
that is it.
The final score, though, I think is getting overblown because like Washington was close to winning that game. Still, it's crazy.
But the final score, in my
represents how it was played.
Yes,
it felt like it was in Michigan's hands the whole time. But at the same time, Washington had all the opportunities in the world to make it happen. Like, and that holding penalty, the first holding of the game with like 9 minutes left in the fourth, on the big play that happens to Odunze, that was it.
The moment you've been waiting for.
You know? Yeah. You knew Washington kept having a 7-point game. They're going to have that moment. They've had it all year long. They'd had 10 straight one possession games that they'd won. And then, like, you're just waiting on this moment from Washington. The moment happens, flag. Like that's devastating. And I mean, if you're a Husky fan, then I bet everyone knew right then, like, that was our shot. And it didn't work out, but still an amazing season for them. 14-1, I believe. Shout out Michigan, they did it. Shout out Dave Portnoy, happiest man in the world. He
Dude,
killed
that
Saban.
guy.
He killed Saban. Or, as he said, we did not kill Saban. We killed the SEC. So I
love that. I love that man so much.
He is called to do.
He's a betting man. I want to take a bet with him. I want to bet him. I guarantee you the SEC will win a national championship before the Big Ten will next.
What's the
But
field?
you see, Peyton,
What's the odds of the field?
Like the thing though is,
Guarantee you,
he'd probably okay if they never won another one, because all of his sports teams he's a fan of, like diehard fan of. There's 5 of them. They've all won a championship in his lifetime now. That was the last one. Like, that is so freaking impressive.
That was his 3rd championship he's won in Houston.
That he's been a part of. Yeah.
Because I think 2 of the Patriots were in Houston. It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's so impressive. Well, I'm not impressive for him, but such good fortune, which that also helps whenever you're from Boston, and with all the runs they've had.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a Boston sports fan that was born in 04, you've had 18 championships or something.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So Nick Saban retires, 72 years old, 29 losses in the SEC since he's been at Alabama.
No. Hold on. 29 total losses since he's been. He's only
that's
had
right. That's right. Yes.
18 conference losses at Alabama in 17 years. Say that again.
Oh my
he averaged
God.
12 wins a year.
Oh my God.
201 and 29.
Yeah,
And
dude, he averaged 12 wins a year, and you play 14 at the most, or 13, something like that.
And he had 44 first-round draft picks, 29 losses, 44
more
first-round
draft picks than losses. Yes,
he doubles it almost.
Yeah, it's the man. He's the GOAT. He's the greatest college football coach of all time.
We can say so much about him, and it still would not be enough. I don't think.
No.
It
You
wouldn't,
could do
because
a full hour pod on just his accomplishments, and you still wouldn't be over.
you would miss out.
Speaking of that,
so much.
when's the Saban doc for 30 for
Dude,
30?
Need it.
Give me
I need
a
something better than 30 for 30.
four-parter. Give me a 4-parter. Oh yeah, I'm ready for it all. Just going into all.
Tell you about a boy from West Virginia.
Yeah, I mean that his whole football career is just so insane. It really is. There's so much to it, and I've seen since he's retired, there's been some of the people talking about the what ifs. Obviously, one of the main ones is in
Cleveland,
in 05 or 06, whichever it was, when he was in Miami. What if he got Breeze instead of Culpepper?
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest.
The man might be in Miami still.
I've always said that. I'm
yeah.
We were so lucky.
God, it didn't happen because we got Breeze, but then I'm well, if he would have got him, Bama would have never been Bama. and
it was a catch-22 for us.
Yeah, because let's be honest, in the last quarter century for LSU football, it's been the greatest of the program's history.
Yeah.
And we've played in 4 national championships, and we've lost 3. And in the last 20 plus years, we've won more national championships than anybody in the country besides Alabama.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and if that never happens, are we kind of Bama?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
because
right.
you got to think about it. You would have never gotten Kirby.
No.
And Kirby would never resurrect Georgia.
No.
Will Muschamp would still been driving into the ground.
I saw some Michigan fans saying Rich Rod was their number 1 guy instead of Urban, and Rich Rod didn't want it. I mean, it's not instead of Saban, my bad. And Rich Rod didn't want the job at Bama. What if Rich Rod gets the job? What does Saban do? What if Saban went to Michigan?
Illinois would be really happy.
If you're a Michigan State fan,
he had never gone to Michigan. He had gone to Michigan State.
like, how do you feel like knowing what he's done with LSU and with Bama, and he never won you anything?
He never wanted to come back. He never thought about it.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying before he left for him, though. Like, he didn't even like the Saban hire to LSU is still kind of crazy because it's not like he was just an up and coming winning a lot at Michigan State. Like he never won them. Like usually you see these guys that make that leap. Well, they just come off. They built the program where they win in a 10-win season and stuff like that. Well, he didn't do that at Michigan State. I mean, they weren't bad, but I mean they weren't what he's done at all his other places he's going to. You kind of you almost forget that he was there.
So
at Michigan State.
Or what you're saying is like Michigan State to Alabama, so Mel Tucker to Bama, new head coach. Like, there's a pipeline there. I mean,
hey,
if it happened once.
I was texting an Alabama fan this afternoon because, matter of fact,
shame on you.
I broke the news to him. He didn't know.
Got to check on him, man. Got to make sure everybody's okay. Make sure the family's safe.
I said, I don't care who y'all hire. It won't be the same.
No.
If you hire Dabo, that will make me so happy. So please go after him. Please.
Dabo and James Franklin.
Yes. Won't hurt my feelings one bit.
And go ahead with Bill O'Brien as well.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Dan Lanning would be the only one that'd be like, ugh. But even that
he scares me.
Even that is still not going to be the same Bama.
Oh, it's not. But I think it's the fact that he came from Georgia and he had success at Georgia.
He's got a lot of success in Oregon already, man. It feels like they're knocking on the door.
Yeah, like he's done really good up there. He's getting big time guys to come there. And he probably already has these relationships built with high school coaches around Georgia, Bama, Florida.
He made Oregon play like physical football, which I didn't think was possible.
Yeah. He made them become the Oregon of like Chip Kelly, like relevant again.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they became a good team, but they also had like this tough and like physical identity that, I mean, you always think Oregon, you think flashy and fast and fun and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is like, we're going to come and punch you in the mouth, Oregon, which is crazy. And if
then
you
it
gave
makes
that
you kind
to
of wonder.
if you gave that to Bama, like.
But then you look at the national championship game, it makes you kind of wonder how much of a punch they actually had. You know, when Washington handled them
beat them twice.
You know,
but I mean, Washington. I mean, they played a good game. Still, they did. I mean, Michigan had two big runs.
They beat themselves most.
Michigan had two big runs and a big essentially pick six. And then other than that, like the game, Michigan had the big plays, which I don't think anyone expected.
Yeah.
Everyone expected Michigan to be the ground and pound, like 3 yards in a pile of dust type team. And then they
were the ground and pound. They were running all over them.
Well, but after that first quarter, their like yards per play dropped to like 4, which yes, 4 is good still. I mean, you get 4 every play, you're going to get a first down. But still, it was like 13 in that first quarter. It was crazy. After the first quarter, they made adjustments and the game changed. So, Peyton, did you ask that question yet?
No. Let me word it right now. Is there another coach in all of sports that would retire and it'd be as big as news as Saban retiring?
I think we're getting one that's almost as close with Bill Belichick.
Is it bigger than Saban though? I think Saban's bigger.
Maybe not right now because it's been 2 years dead of hype without 3 years without Brady. Now, if Brady would have left and Belichick retired then yeah.
Or if Belichick would have retired before Brady left, that would be the oh my God moment, you know?
I mean, we had a pretty big oh my God moment with Pete Carroll today.
Yeah, that shocked me. I mean,
yeah, I mean, like I knew like there were some rumblings that something might happen, but still, it's Pete Carroll. Like
Schefter thinks he's going to coach again.
But Wouldn't that be a heck of a hire at Bama? Just saying.
Who, Pete Carroll?
Pete,
Yeah.
if he wanted to hit the recruiting trail again, I'll tell you one that I saw. Guys. D'Amico Ryans.
Yeah. There's no way though. This dude's already got a team in the NFL in the NFL playoffs and a rookie quarterback.
Firmly founded alma mater.
He'd make more money.
I'm telling you, that one right there, him and Dan Lanning scare me.
You don't leave a quarterback.
I don't think you do either, but
like that.
I don't know, man.
If he was still the DC at San Fran, yes.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson to Bama?
Don't you say those words out loud.
But like, I mean, seriously, as big as Coach K is, it wasn't like Saban.
With Coach K, he did his freaking 1 year retirement tour, so they can get all the gifts and stuff. Crap,
yeah, that was different. Yeah,
he did. But I mean, I can't think of another coach currently right now, especially.
The two options are Bill Belichick and Greg Popovich. Those are the two options in my opinion, but they're both on teams that aren't playing for. They're
not really relevant.
They're not in the college football playoff right now. Like they weren't in that last week.
It'd been like Phil Jackson retiring with Kobe still out there.
Yeah,
that would have been big.
That would have been huge. Yeah, because I could probably walk around and a lot of people might not have knew Greg Popovich is. Like Saban is so widely everybody knows who.
That's just that's the college football landscape. Like
football is king.
Yeah.
But even with Belichick, yes, he's he's obviously, but even most of your casual fan is going to know even Nick Saban over Bill Belichick,
and they're going to know to hate the man.
Yeah,
there might not be a more known coach in sports than Nick Saban.
That's where I was kind of getting it. Right. Yeah. I mean,
honestly, ever. That's a very fair point.
Yeah. I mean,
besides maybe I'm sure Bear Bryant was pretty freaking popular back in the day.
He still is. They still wear his stuff, he's still. But I honestly, I was thinking that this evening. That's when I said that question. I got a question because I can't think of anybody that would.
Yeah, Phil Jackson, I'm sure, because back then, those MJ teams, that was the best show in sports at the time.
Yeah. Like what if Phil never would have went to the Knicks to coach? Yeah,
he got the ring with Kobe.
That last ring with Kobe, then he called it quits.
I mean that's essentially Greg Popovich.
That's the only one.
In 2014, they beat LeBron, and then Pop hits the house. It's something like that. But yeah, I mean, but at the same time, basketball. Football is king, and college football makes it even more like. The head coaches have a personality, and just because they have such a bigger role, obviously we've mentioned it, the pay of head coaches, because you have so much more that you have to do, and the head coaches are so they're more part of the university and part of the fan base, and the fans admire these guys because they're not just going out there and calling plays necessarily. They're building the team. They're doing so much more. While a Saints fan doesn't care about Dennis Allen's life off the field. It's go on the field and coach us to a win, and then thanks. That's how it goes. But Nick Saban, I see you at dinner. Oh, that's freaking Nick Saban. Or what's Nick Saban doing tomorrow? Where's he at? Oh, he's in Shreveport recruiting a kid. Cool. That's Nick Saban. If Dennis Allen's in a free agent visit, no one cares. It's a different level to it with college football. And
it's a different world.
Yeah, the next closest thing in terms of that would probably be like a Coach K, who'd been doing it for 40 years and was, whenever he went and visited somewhere, it's like, oh my God, that's Coach K. But then he had the retirement tour.
Yeah.
Roy Williams was a pretty big shocker too. I think
He came out of nowhere.
Roy Williams. It was like April Fool's Day because I didn't think it was real.
John Calipari, maybe. That'd be pretty big.
Yeah, I mean,
He's got Kentucky. He's got Kentucky relevant again.
Yeah, I mean,
that'd be big. There's nobody baseball wise.
Kentucky's always a name. Like,
yeah,
it's a brand of basketball.
There's nobody.
It's a very good question.
No,
but man,
yeah, only baseball name I could think of would be like
Joe Torre.
That's exactly it, Joe Torre.
That's the only one because he was a Yankee and all of that, you know. But still, like Peyton said, you're not gonna know these guys off like looking at them walking down the street like you are Nick Saban. You know,
it's because there's just so much more that goes into being a college football coach. Like it's more than just what happens for 60 minutes once a week.
Yeah, like you said, you have to have a personality because you have to be likable in order to be able to get the good recruits to be good.
Yeah,
you know, that's why they get paid so much.
And when you're a college football coach in the South,
suck up to the boosters.
When you're a college football coach in the South, it's like, I mean,
you're God.
Like Nick Saban's the most popular person in his state.
Yes,
like
he's the most popular person in the South.
Mac Brown in 09 is the most popular man in the state of Texas. Like that's just how it is.
Below the Mason-Dixon line, it is like God, Donald Trump, Nick Saban. Like that's the top three.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not a joke.
Like that is seriously how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can walk through the state of Alabama and have a rule. Just walk around at wherever you want to, stop people.
Go to a random gas station.
Two questions, and they're going to be able to answer one. Who's the coach of Alabama, and who's the governor of Alabama?
Yeah,
I guarantee you that second question won't be asked near the amount of the first.
They'll answer one a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
what's your son's name?
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Nick Saban. So I've got a list. I've got a list of some possible coaches. I want to ask y'all the list one by one. I don't really know exactly what I want y'all to do with it. I don't know if I want y'all to give like a 1 to 10 could happen or like would scare you number, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe y'all just want to comment about each coach. But I've got a list of about I don't know how many names. I got some names, so we're just gonna go one by one. Y'all do something with them, all right?
Okay.
Dan Lanning
scares me to death.
Scariest option out there, almost.
We got a lot of options on the list. We'll see.
He's got to be the number one target. Got to be number one.
Dabo
he
Swinney.
Is, I think.
Like I saw somebody tweet about it, and it made a lot of sense. Dabo Swinney 5 years ago scares you.
But is it
now?
That sounds like Colin Cowherd.
Dabo before Portal and NIL.
Yes,
it continues to be.
That's a very fair question. Is Dabo dying because of the Portal and NIL, or is it or is it just Clemson's becoming Clemson? Like, is that
Portal?
Clemson's not just becoming Clemson. Okay.
No,
he had them too good for too long. He had them too good for too long.
And look, go look at the recruiting class. Look when you look at the freshman class now. Yeah, when you look at the freshman class now, it's not what it used to be. First of all, but second of all, when you look after you're looking through that class and you look under the line where it says transfer portal, where's this guys at compared to all the other teams? Like, they're not going to get the picking who they need to, fill out the spots.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying portal is everything because I still believe you recruit from, your high school first. But if you're not grabbing those 3 or 4 different players, that is killing your program.
Yeah.
I mean you better freaking believe in April, Louisiana State University is about to be going balls to the wall to get people that weigh about 320 pounds. That play defensive tackle in a 4-point stance. That has to happen.
I need Joe Burrow to give $2 million for Caleb Downs.
He'll never do that.
I need
He'll
that
never donate
man. I
money
need that
to
man. I need that man at safety.
He'll never donate money to LSU. I'll mark my words right now.
Screw that.
Mark my
Next
words,
name,
he'll never do it.
Lane Kiffin.
He already has. Keep going.
He has. Good for him.
Yeah.
That kind of surprises me.
Lane Kiffin.
He's playing the fence too much with Ohio State. I didn't know how he'd go.
No,
about it.
he's all LSU.
He's all LSU. He's still wearing the gear.
Yeah, he wears a wristband. Yeah.
Lane
Kiffin.
That would be
He's a wild card.
My second scariest hire, in my opinion,
because he keep the recruiting going.
But so if you are Lane Kiffin, you've built up so much right now at Ole Miss, especially this upcoming year in which Nick Saban's not going to be there.
Who gives a crap? Who gives a crap?
Gone.
It don't freaking matter.
Bye. Because you know why?
Because he can still use the name Alabama to help him recruit.
And those players that he's built at Ole Miss can still go there.
Yep. Because once
easily...
he enters the portal, they can get back in the portal. If he leaves, they can get back in the portal.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're gone.
Hey, you'll know the answer to this. What about these kids that signed their letter of intent the other day? Are they allowed to transfer?
They are allowed. They are allowed to open back up. Yeah.
And I saw a tweet. I don't know how 100% true it is, but I saw that Saban told the team, give it 72 hours before y'all decide to enter the portal or not. I don't know. That was from a guy with USCfootball.com or something like that in his Twitter bio. So I don't know how true it could be, but I don't know why that guy would just be making something up either. So.
Which the one that's already done today, he was in the signing class, correct?
Yeah, yes. the 5-star receiver.
He was just committed. He hadn't signed yet.
Yeah.
He hadn't signed? Okay.
According to On3, he hadn't signed.
Okay.
Because they still had Auburn as a possibility because he's from Alabama.
Next
really
name,
he's probably not a good athlete.
Kalen DeVore. Washington.
I don't know about him.
5.
I mean, he wins everywhere he goes. He's got Washington good.
It's a different beast, though.
It is.
He's also had the same quarterback for 5 years. That's different too, you know.
Yeah. Let me see. I want to see him without Penix.
Yeah, he's had a generational well, not generational, but he's had a top tier quarterback,
college quarterback. Yeah,
his whole time.
That's right. That's right.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and I might be wrong on this. He feels more NFL to me than college.
Yeah,
people are saying that
his offense is NFL.
Yes,
his offense,
dude. His motions before the snap, man. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's so beautiful. What he does to find out if they're in man or zone, just little things like that to get them into the best possible situation.
Yeah.
It tells you a lot about the kids that's recruited up there too.
That's what like the Dolphins do. They do a lot of motion.
Yeah, dude, that tells you a lot about them kids too. Because I was sitting there Monday night because he did some stuff Monday night I hadn't seen him do, like moving like 5 or 6 people. Sometimes it felt like.
Yeah,
and I was sitting there thinking like, man, I don't know if I could be intelligent enough to handle that. You know, and it just tells you a lot about him and the kids he recruits. So. I couldn't imagine him with some kids from down here out there, though.
Yeah,
that'd be scary.
I think it'd be a good option.
What scares me too?
I wonder if Bama would let him bring his whole posse, though.
What scares me with him though is man, you better not bring that whole posse. You better find you some assistants that are from down this area.
Some SEC guys, yeah.
Yeah,
you gotta have some pipelines.
Yeah, I mean, he started his career in South Dakota. Like,
ask old boy that was at Auburn that got fired last year how that worked out for him.
Yeah,
around here. Yeah, it's different.
You better hire somebody from Florida. You better hire somebody from either Texas or Louisiana.
Yeah,
you got to.
Mike Norvell. Speaking of Florida,
on a 10 scale, I would say a 7.
I think it's
Interesting.
I think it's a sneaky option, and given the state of Florida State right
Florida
now,
State,
where
and the ACC.
where are they playing?
Yep.
No one knows where
I
they're going
think-
next year.
I think
And-
behind Dan Lanning, he's the next most likely option.
Yeah,
I think he's probably the second option for them right
Well,
now.
he just went undefeated and didn't help him. So, like, just like the
And
players for both.
lost his quarterback, lost just about all the top players, losing his conference. It looks like. I mean, that they're suing. Like it. If he had a time to leave, it's right freaking now, and where better to go than Alabama?
And the other good thing about that happened is we could all go to Danny Cannell's Twitter and watch himself implode.
That's right.
And I could get to laugh at him.
That's
And that
right.
would make me feel really better about myself because I absolutely hate Danny Cannell now. I loved him on Rosillo and Cannell. Freaking loved him on the radio.
Hate him.
I have nothing for that man now.
He also
has taken
Norvell
he's-
also.
He has taken the approach that Clay Travis has against like wokeness and all that stuff, and he has turned that into him versus the SEC. And oh my God, I cannot stand it.
He
I
had a dumb
cannot
tweet after
stand
the
him.
national championship game.
He's a dumb tweet every day, Peyton. Every day he has a dumb tweet.
Screw him.
Like, who even employs him anymore?
It's weird. He's not affiliated with ESPN, but I got I listen to in the mornings a lot. I listen to the ESPN college station on XM, and he has a show every morning.
He might be partnered with Sirius or something.
That's
I think
possible.
he is.
Because
But, I mean,
Rosillo
with-
does some weird crap too.
With Norvell, I mean, he's he's recruited well at Florida State, which is going to be
Thank
a lot of
you.
the same guys. He's
And
recruited
that's
in the
the thing.
South.
Yep.
Where did he come from before Florida State?
Memphis.
Okay. I mean, I think that's a pretty scary option.
That's why he's like a 7 or 8, like Peyton
And
said, because
honestly,
he
I
has the
think
relationships.
I think it might be more likely to happen than Dan Lanning.
Uh-uh.
Just given the
cheaper.
state of Florida State, yeah,
He'll be cheaper. That's the thing.
$20 million buyout for Lanning, which I mean, it's if Bama wants him, they'll get him. But still, and honestly, would Dan Lanning like 100% want to go?
I
Yeah.
don't know. People are saying Uncle Phil might break out the checkbook. That's what people are thinking.
In my opinion, if I'm Dan, I would feel much better doing that move than the Oregon move to the Big Ten.
Man, that's true. That's another thing.
That just doesn't feel any kind of right. Oregon going to that conference.
That travel's going
with-
to wear people out more than they realize, too, I think.
Yeah, going to Rutgers.
Well,
Not
it-
just that, like Maryland. No, Maryland's ACC. No, Maryland's
No,
Big Ten.
Big Ten.
Yeah, Big Ten.
Maryland, people like that. Penn State,
Indiana.
like
Rutgers.
that's going to be a lot, man.
Yeah,
Well,
It's going to be a lot.
And recruiting's going to be really different.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I would think he would much rather go to Bama, knowing what you're following. I know, but you rather have that situation than Oregon going to the Big Ten. To me, it feels better.
They've crushed
Hey,
the
don't-
portal though. They've crushed the portal at Oregon.
They have.
Like
And then you
besides
also
Ole Miss,
have-
it's probably them.
You also have the aspect of who does Bama view as their number one competitor? It's not LSU, it's Georgia. And Lanning having coached with Kirby for a little while, they're going to think,
Do they
he might
think
have
that?
the answer.
Do they think Lanning
can
can be the
out-recruit
Kirby that Kirby was to Saban?
Georgia.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like maybe he can come in, kind of keep the program afloat, like he probably would.
That's
honestly.
a very good point.
Like I could see that. I could see that. I really could.
Next name, Steve Sarkisian.
Why? Would be my,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I
don't know.
Texas is a pretty big brand. Like,
my one word on that would be why.
to complete the three-peat of USC, Texas, and then Alabama. Be the head coach of the three biggest probably names in football at
that's-
this point.
yeah, then he goes to Ohio State.
No, Michigan. Michigan's probably bigger than Ohio State.
I mean, he did go to Washington.
Like-
It's true. It's true.
That one would be to me the most head scratcher.
If right now, if Texas and Bama was open and Sark was not a head coach, which one would you choose if you were him?
Texas.
You think?
Because you're not following behind Saban.
You get the automatic in-state recruiting.
You have better in-state recruits, and you have way more money.
Yeah.
I just
because
think
believe it or not, them kids out there in Texas, they love the burnt orange. They do. Them kids grow up wanting to play.
But at some
now
point,
that he's got them built back up.
Yeah.
They're them coming to the SEC now. Like it'd be. I know this sounds probably like sacrilegious, but it'd be almost like a lateral move at this point for him. It's not a step up, I don't think.
There's a very real argument behind that, but it's just at the same time, like Bama's done it. Texas hasn't done it in 15 plus years.
But they're on the right track. It feels like
they finally got to the playoff, but then they were losing that game pretty badly though for most of the game.
But they could have won.
They could have won. It feels like when can Texas officially be back? We think they're there now.
What recruiting class was this for him? Was this his second or his third?
This would be this one he
third?
Just did.
Yes, this is his third. So he got hired with BK,
which is always
that's when you start looking
when it starts turning right. I mean, look at BK. Like this is when you look at his 25 class. Like this is when you finally, after about 3 or 4 years, is when because you build those relationships with those kids as a freshman on, and in recruiting that is important. So usually by that 4th year, your recruiting classes should be at the top because that's when you've been establishing relationships with all these families and kids for 3 to 4 years.
You should be peaking at that point.
Exactly. Hence, look at BK's class in 25. Look what Sark's doing. Like it's to me, Texas.
It'd be lateral. It really would. Like I said, it's weird to say that, but there's not many names bigger than Texas.
No,
no.
Like
that they've been big for 20 years, 30 years.
Yeah, it's Texas.
It's not like just Bama coming back after Saban got there, like in 09 or whatever.
And it ain't like A&M. Like it's different.
It's they're established.
Actually with a winning history.
Yeah. And they've been trying to figure this crap out for a while.
Next name, Deion Sanders. Not happening.
He couldn't bring the boy with him.
This is Peyton's. I think Deion is the head. If he's still coaching, I still think he might not coach after his boys leave. I mean, I think it's weird that he started coaching college football when his boys got there. I just feel like he's going to not – this is not a long-term thing for the Prime. I don't think he wants to do this. So I still think he might not coach after – but if he does continue to coach after they're gone, he will be the head coach at the University of Florida.
I mean, it would make sense.
Billy will be fired after next year.
And all them kids are going to go.
All the kids are going to go. He's going to show if he wins some next year. He's going to show that how he's built this program up.
Don't let him get some boys from Miami.
I mean, crap. If Norvell goes, if Florida State's open, I think he's kind of burnt some bridges.
Well, but the problem is if Norvell goes to Bama, they're going to hire a coach and they're not going to fire him
after 1 year.
The next year. Yeah, like I'm telling you, because Sunbelt Billy's got one more year.
And Deion can't leave this year anyway because he can't leave his kids out there.
Well, they leave.
Do that. But they wouldn't be eligible.
They are now. That's how Jalen Cook's playing. You could transfer twice.
Are we sure? They said that's okay for sure.
The remaining, yes, they did say that. Yeah, that's why you're seeing Logan Diggs transfer.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's why you're seeing who else was that just transferred it's been a second one for. Just went blank. But yeah, no, you can do it twice. That's the big ordeal. That's why the portal's so much bigger right now because these kids can leave for the second time. So
Yeah.
they could leave this year if they wanted. But I mean, they're not. That's why I think Florida makes. And what better of a program for Prime to go to rebuild back there, status.
Yeah, that'd be an SEC. That's another
in
thing.
the SEC.
Scary.
Yeah, that is pretty scary, man.
It won them
That's
top
what
3 states to recruit high school football players.
Oh
In
yeah,
his
just
state.
giving him any type
Down
of
the road.
Florida connection is just next name, Jim Harbaugh. Not
No.
happening.
0%.
Who?
Jim Harbaugh.
Oh,
Dan Mullen.
NFL.
Would he come
Where's
back?
he even at?
Nowhere.
4 on TV.
Yeah.
No.
But I mean, he's never been a bad coach.
No, but he never. Once he got to Florida, that to me that hurt his.
They had a bad year. But
You can't
but
win at
besides
Florida.
that,
You can't
like,
win nowhere.
Well, that and he was a terrible recruiter.
Yeah.
That's to me why he did better at State than he did at Florida, because you don't have to recruit well at State. Like you can get some of those guys that are not top notch guys, and he
You
has
come to
system.
Louisiana and get a couple 3 stars, and they're really probably
Yes.
4 stars somewhere else.
Yeah, in Florida, you better be bringing 4 and 5 stars to compete how you want to compete. Dan Mullen, was that y'all or was that a rumor?
No, that was just me.
There was. I saw something or read something that there was some smoke about him being the OC at Ohio State,
Oh wow.
Ooh.
and I don't remember where I saw that at.
I mean, I know whenever Mississippi State fired their coach, I know Brandon Walker from Barstool was like, called Dan Mullen back again.
I would
Like-
have. That was my
Yeah.
first thought too.
Yeah.
Because you know what, he'll go there and win 8 ball games, 9 if they have a really good year,
And they'll
and
be
everybody's
thrilled.
happy.
Yep.
Yeah.
They'll give Bama or Ole Miss a scare or us a scare. Good year.
Bill O'Brien.
Boy,
I
Jake
think he's
Crane.
too out of touch.
Jake Crane, sure, that was a confident tweet he said.
Yeah.
I mean, and he
He
knows
lives in
a
Bama.
lot in that area.
Yeah.
I
I could see him being a realistic option.
Yeah, definitely.
I can.
and I don't see it being a terrible option.
No.
Like I think he keeps the boat afloat. I just don't think he wins you anything big.
He's possibly besides Lanning and Norvell, I think he's the most
top tier.
realistic.
I agree. No, I agree with that.
And
He wouldn't have a buyout.
He's
either.
he's not coaching, is he? Or is he in New
No,
England? again?
well, I mean,
He was in New England.
He's still at OC at New England right now. I mean,
Uh,
whatever that mess is about.
yeah. Jimbo Fisher.
Please.
Please.
I mean,
Please.
if they get
Please.
desperate,
Yeah, one word, please.
Bobby Petrino.
He'll be the head coach at Arkansas next year at some
Hey, but
point.
he's got a job right now. SEC.
I'll buy him a motorcycle to ride to Tuscaloosa and
From Little Rock?
Yes, from Little
Hey,
Rock.
there
Fayetteville
is a big Harley
Fayetteville.
Davidson. There's a big Harley Davidson factory
There is.
right on the outskirts of Alabama.
Perfect.
There is.
What an NIL deal that would be.
Shoot. Forget the Dodge Challenger.
Yeah. Yeah. Whole team
Dude,
pulling
that
up
was-
in motorcycles.
That was a golden tweet.
Yeah.
They retired that, and he retired himself.
Urban Meyer.
That's interesting. I hadn't thought about him.
Well, something that Bama fan that I was texting mentioned, he said Urban Meyer ? And I think I replied back, y'all can have that pervert.
He loved them Alabama sorority girls.
No doubt. That would be, to be honest with you, out of all these choices we picked, that would be the one I'm like, they'll win a national championship with.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a winner.
Like,
He's a
I
winner.
mean,
He is.
he's a winner. And I don't think your players would be bolting out if they announced tomorrow Urban Meyer's that coach.
Yeah. That's right.
Like,
I
I think he
wonder if they're going to announce quickly.
There's no way Saban just walked in today and told him, hey, I'm retired. They had to have a heads up.
Barstool
Surely.
Mincy said that Dan Lanning's already in Tuscaloosa. He's already heard that.
I mean, that's
I
would, in my opinion, out of all these lists Clay just gave, that had to be their first phone call.
mean, it makes too much. It makes too much sense.
And Brett McMurphy, first thing he said was Dan Lanning's expected to be a top choice for the job.
But that could also be just because he's the hot commodity right now for what he's done in Oregon, kind of like Lincoln Riley going to the NFL a couple of years ago. But that could be part of it.
And
it just feels too obvious.
Wasn't he the number one on betonline.com? Wasn't he the number one odds?
Like everything
like 3 to 1
Dan,
odds
has been Dan, man.
I
mean, funny one I saw on that list of Bet Online was Clinton Dix.
I saw that.
I have Greg McElroy down here. Got him the championship in 2009. He seems like he'd be a coach.
McElroy's not coaching. I'm shocked he's not coaching.
He's solid on TV.
I like him on TV. I like him on TV.
I'm sure he's a smart mind in football. Like it could be an option
for Nick Saban.
Yeah. He got the championship, man.
He had to be because he didn't have the athleticism to beat you. He had to. He was a studier and grinder. I mean, he's
Matt Jones.
Yeah,
like
Mike Vrabel. Does he leave? Does he leave NFL? He would. I think he could crush college.
I think he could recruit the heck out of some
I bet he could.
But I could also see him.
He's just got that linebacker in him. That toughness. Like if he just walks in and talks to you, man.
I could see him being impatient though with the kids.
He just doesn't. He feels.
I could see him getting fired up and wanting to hit one of them. Like I could see him bringing a set of shoulder pads to practice.
If that was his second NFL head job that he just got released from, I can see him thinking, you know what, let me go try this. But I think he still wants to give it one more chance in the NFL.
Definitely,
he'll be at Foxborough next year. Mark my words.
I hope for the sake of Vrabel, I don't want him to go there.
I'm like Cowherd. I think
it just feels like it.
Vrabel, Chargers, man, he's a good coach. He's a really good coach.
I'll take him to New Orleans tomorrow.
He brings an identity that the Chargers need, some toughness, some, wits about them. Like that feels right to me.
Did y'all see the ESPN mock draft today?
JD 5-3.
Yeah, JD 5-3. Malik Neighbors 5 to the Chargers.
Ooh, I want that for Neighbors. I want that bad for.
I want him to have a good quarterback.
Oh,
they have
Harrison going
Marvin going 4 to whoever has that pick.
Yeah, it feels like that's happening. Yeah.
He's going to be a Cardinal. Yeah.
I haven't seen a report saying that Jaden Daniels is not going top 5. Like everything has been top 5, if not top 3. It's crazy.
He made a lot of money this year.
Yes.
I just pray he don't go to New England.
Guess where they have Brian Thomas going? Brian Thomas, Kansas City Chiefs.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
He's practically MVS.
I think it's a guarantee that they're going to draft a wide receiver first round this year.
Well, it's a guarantee that he's going to be a 20s pick.
Yeah.
Into a contender team with the quarterback, most likely.
Because I don't think he's going to test well at the combine, personally. I don't think he's going to run a good number.
He's not going to fly. Now,
he'll jump well.
His hands is jumping. Yeah.
He'll have a good jump and a good set of hands.
I got 5 more names. I got 5 more names.
Where did you find these names at?
I just had ideas, man. The ideas were flowing. D'Amico Ryans.
I'm telling you, 10. 10.
It would,
Dan Lanning.
Yeah, it'd be scary. He's a good coach already, man. He's a good coach.
He'll have the I played here. I have pride in this school.
Yeah.
Dude.
I feel like he's doing too good. And the thing that if he was the head coach of the Panthers or something right now, just some like random team, but for the Texans, like that's the team that he was a player for. So he's also got that connection there that's keeping him there. Now maybe it just comes down to do I have more pride for my college than I do my NFL team? I mean, he's also got freaking C.J. Stroud on his NFL team.
You can't leave that.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a top 10 quarterback right now, but I'm telling you, the money though, how bad does he want that? How much money do you think he made in the NFL playing?
I think over 50.
He had a good little career.
Yeah, he's probably somewhere in that.
I'm gonna look.
He's
that
probably.
up.
He's probably making what 7 at Houston right now, 6.
Probably something like that.
Yeah.
D'Amico made let's see, $30 million. No,
Okay.
my bad. $48 million.
You almost hit that on the head, Clay.
I did. Yeah. $48 million. Yeah, 6 seasons in Houston, 4 in Philly. I don't remember 4 there in Philly. He's also only 39. That's crazy.
He looks like he can still play. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I bet you could give him a snap or two if he needs it.
Oh my God, yeah.
Would it be allowed to could he play in a game if he needed to?
Sign a 1-day contract?
Well, no, just like he's a part of the team.
Yeah, but there's a difference from a player and a coach contract.
Yeah, he's not part of the active roster.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if
if they went and cut somebody, could he sign?
If that's going to ever happen, it's going to be our boy Dan Campbell.
Well, he was a tight end, right?
Yes.
Laporta's hurt.
Campbell was.
Like, they're not signing another one, he said. I mean,
he's suiting up. Dadgummit.
He's been reading the rule book all week. Yeah.
He said we're not signing a new tight end. I mean, he's ready. He is ready. 4 more names. John Gruden.
Oh, no.
Why not? I mean,
he couldn't recruit black kids.
I was about to say, how does he go to a black's house? I mean, seriously. I mean, that can't go over well.
Yeah, he could go to a black family's house right now, I don't think.
Dennis Allen.
God, please. Please.
I saw somebody tweet that.
I'll Uber driver in there.
Yeah.
I'll quit my job right now to go help him move.
And Dennis Allen goes and he just wins the national championship.
You tip your hat.
That'd be a freaking Bama thing if I ain't ever seen one.
Ed Orgeron.
I believe his locker room speech probably ruined any possibility of that ever happening.
Hey.
Roll Tide, what?
Throwback's paying him too well.
Last name, Nick Saban. Does he just not retire?
He wouldn't do this if he wasn't really doing it.
Thought it with Brady twice.
That's different. I think Saban likes the attention, but I don't think he just absolutely needs it.
We ain't heard it from his mouth.
He wrote a letter.
You will tonight on SVP.
That's true.
That text.
That's true.
Son.
He also wrote I hadn't seen it yet, but I got a notification saying that he wrote a letter or whatnot.
You never know. I mean,
that's when I almost drove off the road when I saw that notification. Oh my God, it is real.
Yeah. So I mean, is there anything else to cover with Saban here? We've went about 40 minutes on Saban. But I mean, he's a goat. He's a goat.
He is probably the greatest person to ever coach a sport.
Yes.
I mean, there's a very real argument for that.
And I love Mike Krzyzewski more than just about anything. And it's between them two, and I think Bill Belichick might still be up there, but Brady leaving has hurt him a lot.
What impresses me more with Saban, though, and this is why I've always, I know this is random, but this is why I've always kind of, with Shaquille Mulkey and what's his name at UConn talk, it impresses me more when you win national championship at multiple locations.
Yeah.
Instead of just one. Like that.
And he went and rebuilt 2 places.
2 places.
Yeah.
Like that is more impressive to me than getting at one and just staying there and just keep doing it. When you go to 2 places like that, man, that's
because he was.
Hey, Coach K did it at the Army.
He
didn't win.
Like like Saban wasn't. He was Nick Saban at LSU, but he became Nick Saban at Alabama.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
Coach K would be the only
Unfortunately.
person I
Yeah.
would put in that conversation with him.
I
I
mean,
think
then
Clay would have to admit that.
obviously like the John Woodens of the world and stuff like that as well.
He don't count. He don't count.
Phil Knight. Yeah, Phil Knight.
He don't count.
Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
Phil Jackson is
Phil Jackson.
I mean,
Yeah.
he did it two
Them
places.
three. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it did help that he had arguably two of the top,
10,
however,
3,
whatever
5,
number you want to
6.
put.
Oh
Two
yeah, I
of the top
mean
5 or 6 players all time.
Kobe, Shaq, MJ.
Shoot, yeah. Shaq too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had some talent. He had some talent. That's 3 of the
Little
top
bit.
10 in my opinion.
Scottie Pippen, top 25
Yeah, he's
player
solid.
probably.
Solid. Yeah.
Tony
and
Kukoc.
Let's close it out with some college football stuff real quick, and that's not Nick Saban, and then we can end this episode and do our NFL. So I mean, anything else you want to talk about with the national championship game? We talked about it a little bit earlier, but I mean, Washington had their chances, didn't go their way.
Penix just never got comfortable.
Yeah,
He never got to settle into the game.
No,
And
Michigan's front seven was controlling the game.
They couldn't run the ball. They could not run the ball at all.
No, I mean Johnson got hurt again, literally on his first carry. He wasn't healthy coming in, and his first carry he was hurt immediately. And then Penix banged up his knee in the first half at some point, I believe, as well.
That poor man right there has probably had so much therapy in the past couple of days.
Yeah,
good Lord. But I think I saw Big Cat tweet it. His like, it would make zero sense if Washington ran the ball more, and if Michigan threw the ball more. Like they should not. Like Washington should be throwing the ball every play.
Yes.
And Michigan should be running the ball every play.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it felt like because neither team could do the other thing really.
Yeah, man, that's absolutely right. I mean, is there anything else to say? Harbaugh still hasn't left.
Somebody tweeted about that today, and he's probably still in the haze. He's still in the championship haze right now. Of like,
he's still celebrating with the same. I think that'd be kind of a stab to his boys.
And it's his alma mater.
Picked up and left.
And the alma mater has a lot to do with it, I think.
Yeah.
Because I think he's going to dip out, but he still really loves that place, and it's going to be a hard decision.
If I had to guess, he's probably. I mean, let's be honest too. He's probably just going to pick one and go with it. He's going to probably go through the process and talk to all these spots. I mean, you also got like a job like Washington. Well, they're not necessarily interviewing coaches yet because they're trying to get the GU spot hired first.
Hey, they got Bobby Myers taking it over. They got it. Bobby's got this.
And I always like that process of you hire the GM, then you hire the coach.
The GM should have
they need to have the say.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I don't like the Carolina approach, which I just think Carolina's just a bad organization at this point. They said they're hiring the coach first, and then they'll find a GM to pair with the coach.
Hey, got to be different.
Like, you're cutting the general manager's legs from him already.
Got to be different.
I think it's funny that they fired their GM and coach, and neither one of them wanted the quarterback they got now.
Yeah, I mean, it's all making sense.
What's it matter?
That's why I hope Ben Johnson don't go there, man. He don't deserve that.
Yeah.
No.
Crap. Nobody deserves it.
LSU.
Bo Davis.
We do know Bo.
Bo Davis.
Let's go, man.
Also,
just bring
Blake Baker.
Go.
Blake Baker's official. That wasn't official last week. We were feeling it. Yeah. We were feeling it, but it's official.
Yeah, we predicted it kind of. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. I mean, it was
very obvious
rumors,
prediction.
Yeah, the rumors were happening that was going to be it, but it actually did happen. Corey Raymond somehow still not part of the organization, but it'll happen eventually. We all think, right? I mean, Xavier tweeted it today, just straight up Corey Raymond.
You saw
Moses called him Uncle Corey.
Yeah. So it'll happen.
And I feel like if nothing else, they're going to have him on
advisor
some kind of
role.
role. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it's not an analyst type role or something.
And crap,
like
just
that.
give him a recruiting role. Like that's all he needs. Like
it's all he needs.
You don't want to coach anymore.
Yeah.
Assistant recruiting coordinator.
Yeah.
Something as simple as that.
Ohio State got Judkins from Ole Miss. I think it's a pretty big move.
That's a
pretty big move. Especially since they brought back what's his name? Travion Henderson.
Whoa.
Didn't they bring him back this year?
I thought he was gone. Is he not?
I thought he came back. Pretty sure he came back.
So
he didn't declare?
Almost certain.
Crap?
He came back.
I haven't. I mean, the running back class is weak. Like, he was basically guaranteed to be a top 3 running back.
I mean, here's an article from 2 days ago. An Ohio State backfield of Henderson and Judkins would be the best in the country.
Ugh, wow. I don't know about that.
Because he was hurt all year this year, so I thought that's why he came back. Ohio State brought back a DN today that everybody thought was going to. It feels like everybody's coming back.
It wasn't going to matter, though.
Yeah.
That's how bad the running backs are in this draft. Oh, man.
But Ohio State quietly had a really good offseason.
Yeah.
Oh, they had no choice but to have a good one.
Well, Dave feels the heat. It's weird that Junkins went there, though, after kind of all the reports have come out and how he's, he thinks he's the man, wants all the carries and all that. And you go somewhere with an already established starter.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a lot of sense there.
No,
I got a feeling there was some NIL that had some pulling him that way, if I had to guess.
Okay, so maybe he still hasn't made his decision.
There's no way he comes back.
You got to the 16th to declare for the draft, January.
Yeah, I mean he hasn't declared yet. But I could have sworn I've read a report that he was coming back. Looks like they're down to
bad business decision.
Yeah, here's a Ohio State fan account or something like that. And then there were 3 talking about guys leaving, and he's one of them with a question mark still. So maybe he hasn't decided yet, but I've read a report that he's coming back. I mean, why not? Maybe he just loves his school. Who knows though?
Maybe he wants to beat Michigan before he goes out.
He's a guaranteed 2nd-round pick, and he's not going to improve upon that because his shelf life's wearing out.
Probably.
You just
You better be special if you're going to be a 1st-round running back pick.
And he's already lost out on that based off his injuries this year. So
yeah, I can't think of anything else really to talk about with college.
We got Bryce Underwood.
Oh,
that happened. Yeah, Logan Diggs to Ole Miss. Ole Miss never stops.
They can have him.
More power to you, bud.
He's not an Ole Miss running back.
He's not at all.
Which they got Bentley as well still. So he was used a lot. There. Yeah, I mean he's going to be the 2 there.
Yeah,
it gives him a different kind of back though.
Apparently, there's some bad blood because I saw him retweet an LSU. It wasn't by the school Twitter page, but it was some kind of LSU page, and they were saying what his numbers were this year, and he basically retweeted said numbers don't lie or something like that. I'm like, so there's apparently some bad blood.
He's also the guy that tweeted Death Valley, where players' dreams come to die.
Yeah, we didn't think he was leaving at that time.
Sure did, but he was.
That's true. Anything else? We can wrap this up and talk some NFL.
Go Tigers.
What a day.
2024 just keeps getting better.
Nick Saban,
Bo Davis, Nick Saban's gone.
R.I.P. Nick Saban.
Did y'all see the statue?
Dude.
People had oatmeal cream pies and Diet Cokes on the freaking thing like he's dead. And Auburn was rolling the trees in the famous park.
Heck yeah, they were rolling.
They were rolling the trees.
In
the grove.
Hey, and the best part about it all is Saban lost. in his last game at Death Valley.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
That's
let's
right.
go.
That's right. That's right. Man.
Michigan killed him, man.
Michigan killed him. All right. That
I
is
saw
it for
somebody
this one.
say.
Oh, you
I
what
saw
you got?
somebody say. He walked back into the locker room and said, "I got another year of Jalen Milroe. I'm good."
But he's a Heisman candidate. What are you talking about?
That's
Absolutely.
right. That's right.
Him and JJ McCarthy both.
I wonder if he's going to even be at Alabama now. We'll see.
Hey,
Nobody's gonna want him.
Maybe
He
Miami
better.
can get their guy.
Yeah.
That's been the one they were waiting on. All right.
No,
let's
they
wrap this
got
up.
the cat from
Albany. Yeah,
Albany. Yeah.
I saw that. That was their
Couldn't
guy.
even pronounce his last name.
Nope. He's
I'm not
been playing
sure
in
that
Albany.
last name's gonna go in the jersey. I'm not sure if it's gonna fit. That's a lot of letters.
Yeah, thrown for like 6,000 yards the past 2 years or something. Yeah, Albany. All right, let's wrap this up.